Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lien and welcome to the Hustle Network. So today's video, I want to kind of tell you guys a story that happened to me recently, some of the things that I've learned from this problem that I had arrived. And I feel like any business, it's important that when something arises that you've never experienced before, it's just really important to get other people's advice on it, especially people in the industry. And, sometimes we can have mentors, but that doesn't mean that certain things that have happened to them, or there's going to be things that haven't happened to them that's going to happen to us. And it's important that we make sure that, we learn from the lesson and look at it as a lesson learned, instead of feeling like, man, this is why I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be in the cleaning industry, or whatever it may be. To be honest, any business is going to have issues. I always say when things are going good, it's always something, right? So let's go ahead and get into this topic. I quoted a clean. It was a 3,800 square foot home. She wanted a deep clean. And I quoted her $629. I ended up sending her an email letting her know that her appointment was confirmed with a checklist. In that checklist, it showed the difference between a standard cleaning, a deep cleaning, and a move out cleaning. Now, mind you, this is a deep cleaning. 3,800 square foot. I could have charged more, but I didn't. It took my cleaners 8 hours. I paid them each $220, and of course I would have profited the rest. Now, keep in mind, I sent the invoice. I usually use Jobber or I use Square. For this one, I had just used Square. And I seen that she did not pay the invoice. So I'm like, hey, we sent the invoice over. Services have been complete. Here's the invoice for the services rendered. Now, she told me that she was on her way home. She got home. She said that the place looked really good, but there was an issue. The basement and the laundry room weren't clean. Now, I told her on our checklist, it does not show that we clean basements, nor do we clean laundry rooms. That was the reason for the checklist. Now, this is highly important. So basically what happened was she was like, hey, well, I'm not going to be paying the invoice until the laundry room and basement are clean. And I let her know over and over that those weren't on the checklist. That is the reason why we attached the checklist to the email, so that way you can take a look at the checklist. So it was like maybe a week and a half. No, it was like a few days, and I had posted this on Facebook in a cleaning group that I follow, a cleaning software group that I follow. And I had over 52 comments, and this is why I say it's important to ask other people in your industry what would they do. Now, they told me that I'm able to do a file for theft of services, and then I'm also able to file a lien, which is like a mechanic's lien. So I was like, oh, okay. I really was thinking, like, is this something that I should do? And I had seen this one comment, and this guy was like, you need to file a lien and you'll get paid. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, how do I do that? Can you send me the website, whatever it is? So he sent it to me. It was a YouTube channel. They had a website in the description box. And I clicked on it, I filled everything out necessary, and it actually does the whole thing of processing it, sending it to the county clerk, etc. Now, I was like, you know what? It had been like maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks that had passed by, because it's all a process. Like, they have to check the paperwork, blah, 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 make sure everything's up to date, etc. So basically a second eyes to look at it. And I will actually leave this description. I will actually leave the link in the description box below. If you ever get into any issue like this, I will show you. I will put the link in the description box below for the notice of lien. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to notify this lady of what happened. So that is exactly what I did. I sent a very professional email. I didn't want to sound threatening in any way at all, but I did let her know what I did. And I wanted her to know that, hey, this can be all resolved if you just pay the invoice. And so I just want to read you guys off what I sent her. Now, mind you, I knew she was looking at the invoice every single day, because Square does like invoicing every day for so many days, and then it's like every couple of days, and then you're able to send manually send a reminder. So she was looking and she just didn't want to send it. So let me back up. So prior to me sending this email, mind you, I told her I will take off $60. I'm so sorry for the miscommunication if you thought that we were going to clean the laundry room and the basement, because I always try to do everything right. And I told her, I'll take off $60. That will bring your balance down to $569. Now, keep in mind, she then still refused. And it doesn't matter if she had the money or, you know, what's her background, etc. She just refused to pay at all. But, you know, I was upset. I really was upset. I was crying even, because I was just like, man, right when I see my cleaning company money just growing where I'm not have to physically having to be there, it's a little devastating. And it was Friday, and Friday's payday. So Friday was the day that Friday was the day they completed the job. Friday was the day that they had to get paid. And I pay them at a certain time every Friday. So it was like, I'm paying them, but you know, I could not pay them. They did the job, they completed the job, they followed the checklist. And I was out of like $400 and something, and I was a little, you know, I was upset. I really was, because like I said, here am I finding my cleaners, everything's going well, and this happens. So like I said, now I'm letting you guys know I end up doing the notice of lien, etc. It was like the day before they said they were going to send it out the next day. I sent this email to her. Good morning. I wanted to inform you we have filed a mechanic's lien on the amount owed and reported a theft of services. We have yet to receive payment from yourselves of $569 in respect of our invoice number so-and-so, which was due for payment on 6/3/22. Our team decreased the amount due to the basement and laundry room not being cleaned, as you stated they were not cleaned, although we informed you several times the areas mentioned are not listed on our checklist, emailed to you at the time of booking for your records and ours. We have attempted to retrieve payment and have failed to do so. Our payment system shows emails have been sent successfully and viewed on every occasion after being sent. Your initial quote, $629, updated amount owed, $569. Thank you. So I sent this to her, and it may have been like 30, 40 minutes later, the invoice was paid. And she did go also, while she paid for the invoice, she also went ahead and went on to my Googled my business, and she, basically my Google My Business profile, right? That's where you leave reviews, etc. She left a 1-star review. The 1 star, I'm not really worried about, to be honest. I mean, I can do my own review and you know, whatever. But the thing is, number 1, have a checklist. Number 2, have a card on file, because what I've noticed in residential, they will find any reason not to pay, any reason. So if you guys are looking for a checklist for your cleaning company, let me know in the description box below. I will add it to my website. Number 3 would be, you know, charge the card after the services have been rendered, and let them know there's no refunds, but if something isn't complete, we will be sure to go back out there and complete the service. It's highly important. It's so important. And I've learned from this lesson. Yes, it was it could have been a huge loss. You know, some people will say like $400, like, but at the end of the day, that's $400. Okay, I don't want to be in the negative $400. That's a lot. $100 is already like, damn, okay. So I just want you guys to know that this was a lesson learned. Like I said, I will leave a notice of lien in the description box below for that website. Number 2, for the theft of services, yes, you can report a theft of services. Did I do that? You know, that's up to you, what you decide what you want to do. But it's really important because, you know, what I've learned is, even after I've said to this lady, like, hey, I'll take off $60, even though those weren't listed on my checklist. but I'll take off $60 because I need to retrieve my money, right? Well, she still didn't want to pay. She was finding any reason not to pay, and it sucks. And people really do go through this situation, and probably for more money. Yeah, so basically, you know, you guys, this is something you can do. You can even do it with any business that you have. I had to recently do it with my moving company because, as you guys know, I don't keep a card on file for my moving company, but I've definitely changed some things around because this was a lesson learned, and I'm implementing this into all my businesses. Where I had a customer not answering the phone after. He kept saying, what's your Zelle? What's your Zelle? And I'm like, okay, do you want to pay with Venmo or Zelle? Because it seems like you're having an issue with paying it with Zelle. And he wasn't answering the phone. He wasn't answering text messages. And of course, I had to let him know I will file a theft of services and file a lien. And he paid it. He even called me back after I've called him several times, several text messages. After a while, of course, I feel like me continuing trying to contact him. I try to do it like 3 to 5 times, and I feel like that is too much, honestly, but he ended up paying it too. And so I just want to let you guys know that, you know, we all go through things, especially as entrepreneurs, especially as, you know, trying to do things for your business. And it's tough. It really is tough. But you always want to make sure that your end is covered, especially if you're doing the right thing. She said that the cleaners did a great job. They had just not cleaned the basement and the laundry room. But like I told you, it was not on my checklist. And that is another thing that you always want to make sure to do. Include that checklist every single time. Do not forget. And like I said, what I use is Jobber, because instead of me having to go into my email, type up an email, and then include it. No, Jobber has an email template. Every single time it's automatically going to put it on there. And then all I have to do is add from my file that checklist, and boom, it's sent. So if you guys are interested in Jobber, I will leave that link in the description box below. You'll get 2 months free. I'll get 2 months free. I mean, it'll help you out and it'll help me out. Thank you guys for tuning into this channel. I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, this was something learned, and I hope that you learn from this too. And even if right now that you're not going through this situation, hit that link in the description box below. Star it, favor this website, because you never know when you're going to need it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video.